My name is Chris Temple. I'm an independent filmmaker, extreme athlete, and outdoor enthusiast. For 5 years, you've been watching me explore the outdoors with my dog. Now, I'm bringing you with me. New people, new adventures. This is Surviving the Wild, like you've never seen before. This time on Surviving the Wild, I'm taking you out to North Idaho near the small town of St. Mary's. It's a land full of lots of pristine wilderness, but also a land scarred from the logging industry. Just passing through the town, you'd probably never see the evidence. But take a step into my world in the bush, and the evidence is everywhere. I'm L Director, this is L Director Vision. Welcome to Surviving the Wild. This is the first episode of Season 2! Woo! So the goal of this season is to have a special guest out each time, and today we have...
I'm Jesse.
This is Jesse. Now Jesse, first of all, how'd you come across Surviving the Wild in the first place?
About 2 years ago, I got really into survival and started watching pretty much every video on YouTube.
Nice.
And I really liked yours.
Cool. And then, how did you find out that we lived somewhat close to each other?
You went up to Liberty, and I go there all the time.
And you actually went and found the one of the actual spot that I'd used in a couple of the episodes, right?
Yeah, went up and found your old camp spot.
Nice.
We used it. It was awesome.
And yeah, so what's your background when it comes to the outdoors and wilderness stuff?
I've been hunting and fishing pretty much my entire life.
Nice.
And I spend all my free time in the woods pretty much.
Cool. Do you have a specialty? Something that you're just like, yeah, this is my thing?
Not really.
All right.
Kind of dabble in everything.
And then how much experience with backpacking and spending the night outside and stuff like that?
Just like in the last couple of years, I've started just spending the night with only a backpack.
Cool. And you said this is going to be your lightest trip yet, right?
Yep, by far.
Right on. So, to let you guys know where we're at here, I'll kind of do like a little shot back this way. Boom. Looking ahead up that way. We're on a logging road. And that's kind of the theme for this trip, is we are in St. Mary's, Idaho, where I work, and huge logging community out here. And so we'll kind of show that kind of stuff and talk about that as we go. And we're just two guys out on a day hike, so this should be fun. We'll check back in a bit. Peace. What'd you find?
Clover.
Clover, yeah. What do you think?
Not bad.
Not bad, but not great, right?
Yeah.
It's like eating grass.
You just like to have a lot to work with when you...
Yeah, and it's nice to kind of see the progression of the environment as we go and stuff. And so we're walking along here now, and we're starting to see the effects of logging out here. This road is all just dirt and clay, and you can see, I mean, there's not a lot of trees now. This has all been cut out, and there's like burn piles of roots and all sorts of stuff out here. I absolutely despise the logging industry, and I will talk more about that later. But check out what I found. What's this?
Hunting stick.
Hunting stick, throwing stick. We're gonna try to get some ground squirrels in a little bit. And actually, I'll probably have to cut that part out because at this point we're not in survival mode yet. Hike on. So I think we've hit the perfect spot for lunch. What do you think about the view?
It's awesome.
Look, it's so gorgeous out here. Although, logging over there, I mean, they scarred the landscape, and that's probably 20 years old at this point. You can still see logging roads on the other side of the mountain there. But, not bad, but the view of the St. Mary's River is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful down there. Full of fish and trout and wildlife. I'm thinking that after we eat lunch, we should make our way down there, just see if we can get down to the water's edge just for the fun of it. Up for an adventure.
Always.
Cool. Yeah, look at this.
That is steep.
Oh, that's gonna be fun to try to climb down. I think we can do it though. I'm up for the challenge.
Let's do it.
All right, let's eat lunch first.
All right.
This episode of Surviving the Wild is sponsored by Subway. Eat fresh. So tell us more about yourself. What do you do for fun? What hobbies do you got?
Hiking and fishing, pretty much.
Okay. You were mentioning earlier interest in reptiles too. What do you call that again?
Herpetology.
Herpetology. Okay.
Yeah, so if we find anything, I'll catch it.
So we actually never met until today. So how many siblings do you have siblings or?
I just have a brother.
A brother? Is he older or younger?
Younger brother.
Okay.
How about you?
I've got a younger brother, younger sister.
Cool.
And my sister, I think, is actually friends with your brother.
That's weird.
Yeah, kind of trippy.
Small world.
It really is. All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
See if we can make it down to the water's edge. Look how far down it is down there, guys. This is insane. It's steep. Like, we throw a rock. Look how stupid this is. It keeps going and going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. But we're gonna see if we can do this and not kill ourselves. Anything you want to say to family, girlfriend, or anything like that before we embark on this?
I got this.
You got it? All right. Very confident. I like that. All right, guys. Surf's up. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
I think we're insane.
Kind of slammed.
Yep, that's all right. Remember, pain is temporary, but film is forever. Especially when it goes on the internet. Come up high. It's I think there's rose and current. Oh, that's the crotch. Are we having fun yet?
A little thick.
Alright, well, I think we made it through the worst of it. Oh, check this out, guys. Rock slide. Intense. Crazy stuff. Man, look what we did, man. Oh, yeah. Say from up here. We came down that. That sucker is steep. And now we're here. But check it out, we're down to water level. Look at this, the whole power pole. Platform the trains used to come through here. Years and years ago. But I don't think this is over quite yet. The best for last.
Oh man.
Yeah, buddy. Alright. Flip that around so you can see yourself. Make sure you're framed up right. Yeah, that'll work. So just make sure it keeps you in there for the most part and try to get your facial reactions as you go. Oh.
Don't slip. Might just have to slide down. Ugh. No matter what, save the camera. Okay. Whew. Wow. Wow. Wow.
What's that?
That was quicker than I would have liked.
Woo!
Made it.
That thing is steep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Camera's a little dusty.
That's alright. But check it out, guys. Oh man, I hurt my foot.
Dang, I got a rock in the side.
Oh, I tore my boots.
I know.
New boots I've been breaking in. Ripped them. That sucks. Now I gotta buy another pair and break them in. For a big trip coming up. But, check it out, it's gorgeous down here. Except, I see one problem. I don't think we're gonna make it back up.
Doesn't look like it.
So, this is after all surviving the wild. Now we gotta do it. Basically, we know there's really only two ways out. We could either follow these train tracks that we're on right now, or we follow the river. Hopefully they stay side by side. But I think we got our work cut out for ourselves now. Now we got to make it back to civilization. Surviving the wild for real.
Let's do it.
All right. So we're sitting here walking along the train tracks. We found a tree over here with some shade. We thought, okay, we need to first, stop, calm down. We're not lost per se. It's just going to be a big deal to get out of here. Let's make a game plan. So we're cruising over here, and check this out. No joke. We did not plant this. We got a spade, shovel, probably from the railroad days. This is gold. This is going to help us out so much with trying to affect our survival to get out of here. Awesome, truly awesome. Guys, check this out. This is sweet.
Little island.
Yeah. I don't know if we need to cross now, to be honest. I'm liking this, easy access to water. Could this be good for fire? Look at this.
Oh wow.
Tinder bundle. Awesome. So we were walking along the train tracks, and we'll take you guys back in just a second. We found this nice wooded area actually on this side, which is cool. And since we're gonna have to use the train tracks to get out of here to the highway, why get wet if we don't have to? I mean, in a survival scenario, if you can avoid getting wet, avoid getting wet. Just because it's gonna get cold at night and we don't want to get hypothermic. So, what do you think?
This looks pretty good.
Yeah. You want to keep exploring, or do you want to say let's set up camp here?
Maybe explore a little bit. We have a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, we'll take the viewers back here and just kind of show them what we found right now. A little game trail that we're on. Check this out, guys. This is cool. Lots of trees, lots of wood, lots of potential. We'll see what we can find. All right, so we're lost hikers. Really lost hikers at this point because we screwed up. We came down to get to the water's edge and couldn't climb our way back out. So now we gotta follow the train tracks. Found this beautiful location right here that I think would make a great home. And he's finding bird feathers over here, like something died. And what do you have planned with those?
I'm gonna try to make flies out of them.
Okay, what are we gonna use for a hook?
The hook in our survival.
The one we haven't talked about yet. So, part of what the theme of this show was I wanted to do your typical millennials going out for a day hike. They don't take a lot of stuff with you. You bring water, lunch, maybe a sweatshirt in case it got chilly, during the hike. And maybe, if you're lucky, you went ahead and you picked up one of these little survival kits here. This is called a paracord survival grenade. We each have one, And what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually put this thing to the test, because your typical millennial is going to buy something like this and think that they can survive in the woods with just this thing. So we want to find out if that's possible. So we're going to open these up. We've got paracord, we've got fishing hooks in there, which he can use to make the flies, which will be cool. We got an emergency whistle, which will be great for us to signal each other if we get split up. So that's cool. Yeah, it works great. And then we got the one, do you still have the one on your knife?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we got whistles on our knife too. We got the same model of knife, which is awesome. And so yeah, we're gonna put these to use. I think it's got a ferro rod in here too for starting fire. It's got a little knife blade, which is gonna be nice. So this is true Lost Hiker now. We call this the Millennial Edition, I guess. That's gonna be the title of this video, just decided. So, and we're finding all sorts of cool stuff. We found this metal spike thing that could, or strip of metal that could be used to make a spear or something like that. We've got a spade head here, which we can hammer out, use that for cooking, digging, use it almost like an axe to split through stuff. We got the big thing of tinder right here, and we found what we think is tinder fungus, so we're going to try to put this to use as well. So we got a lot of cool stuff planned, and I think it's time to start getting started with maybe a shelter here soon. So we'll do a shelter, and then we can figure out how to maybe acquire some food so we can eat tonight.
Cool.
So I guess first thing is we'll do an unraveling of this and see what's inside. And then we'll go from there.
Alright. Actually, I don't think I need to cut it. Alright.
So it's supposed to be 9 feet of paracord to start with, so how much you got there?
Yeah, probably about 9 feet in 2 pieces.
Made up of 2 pieces. So now that was a multicolored...
It's 2 pieces kind of
welded together there, okay.
melted together.
So I wouldn't trust that completely to support your weight then.
No.
I'll be curious to see with this one. This is a one-colored one, so I'll be curious to see if this is made up the same way. So...
I don't want to rip this, but... Oh, there we go.
Sorts of bugs. We're lucky this is not Montana. The flies would be biting us. Leave huge welts. Here, let's put this in the shade a bit more. And then you can lay stuff out on this.
Oh wow.
That's inside the kit. So that's looks like fishing gear stuff. Tinder, cool. Is there foil in there?
Yep.
Oh, aluminum foil, nice. Snare wire, awesome.
Sweet.
That's gonna be huge.
That must be the ferro rod.
Okay. That's a little ferro rod.
That could be a fair compass.
Yeah. Because this one doesn't actually have a compass, so we're gonna have to make one. Safety pins. That's good.
And then, I don't know what this is.
That would be the blade.
Oh.
So this is the knife that it comes with. Does it feel durable or strong at all?
No.
Not really. Think that'll even work to light the ferro rod?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, we'll try it and see.
Might be able to gut a fish with it. I don't know.
Alright. Make a spear. And a little bit more foil. So that's it. That's what's inside these kits. And now we have to use this to help us out. But what's cool is with the feathers Jesse found, he thinks he can maybe make a fly of some sort for fishing, which would be cool. Because we got hooks, but we haven't found any bait yet for them. So I guess we gotta get creative with stuff. Which is pretty much, if you want to survive, you gotta get creative. So that's what's inside the survival grenades. I got a duplicate one here that I'll be unraveling here in just a sec too. But yeah, we wanted to show you guys what's inside, and now we gotta try to make this all work for us. So I guess we'll come back when we got something more interesting going on, further along with shelter or, you know, whatever. So, peace. Alright guys, so while the shelter we were initially looking at would have been great if it was raining, I think we both agreed it'd be very important to stay dry at that point. Yep. Thing is though, it's not going to rain. So, Jesse had the idea of doing like a raised bed, found the perfect location for it, and then, well, we'll show you here in just a second. So it's just a little walk over this way. Great parkour opportunities here too. I don't know if you saw my monkey vault earlier. So check this out. The plan is, I got one bed here, do another bed here, and we'll put the fire in the middle. And that will allow the heat to go underneath and over the tops. And we'll do piles of firewood on either side so we can both stoke the fire during the middle of the night. I think we have a winning situation.
I think so.
Good idea, man. Alright, so that's my bed. I think I'm going to call this done. I left the bottom where my feet are going to be uncovered without the mattress because as I'm getting up in the middle of the night and stuff to stoke the fire, I don't want to be taking my bed with me as I try to, crawl out of this and stuff. So by having my feet, well, here, I'll show you guys. That's a framing look. Yeah, that'll work. So, nice and springy up here, comfy on my head. This is great. Oh no, fire's dying. As I'm scrambling out of bed, my feet are on this and I can actually get traction and not take my whole mattress out with me. So I'm gonna get out, grab a piece of wood, just throw it on the fire. This is gonna be good. This is probably gonna be one of the best nights I've ever slept. So, really looking forward to this. All right, guys, welcome to camp. We got the bed set up, we're ready to go. And just now, there was a squirrel spotted in our midst. And we have snare wire from the survival grenade, the paracord grenade. So we're gonna try to set a few snares. I've got a peanut butter bar for bait. This is the only food I still have left with me right now. I was gonna snack on it maybe on our way out, but since we're stuck here, figured maybe we can use this to catch a bigger, heartier meal. So we got snare wire, we can maybe set deadfalls. Actually, that might not be a bad idea for like the rocks or something too. Yeah. And then use the bait to kind of entice them into our snare traps. So hopefully this will work. It was a regular squirrel, not a ground squirrel, right?
Yep.
I haven't heard much of the ground squirrels out here, so regular squirrel it is. So this will be fun. All right, guys, so we are splitting up here to go set our traps. And we want to get them kind of far away from camp because we don't think the squirrels are going to want to hang out with us. So if we get it far away from camp, hopefully they'll be a little bit less suspicious of what we're trying to trick them into. So I've got my peanut butter, we cut it in half. Jesse's got half, I've got half. And hopefully we can catch something with sustenance. And I think I see the perfect location for my snare. Check this out. Well, you won't be able to see it yet, the camera's too wide. So I'll keep you on me here as I walk over to it. Dun, 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 dun. Now, this is something I've not done since the very first episode of season 1. So, I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing this again here. Last time, I didn't catch anything. Let's see if we can change that, shall we? So, this is a pole that's naturally been laid up here. So my assumption is that the squirrels are already used to using this as a means of transport to get themselves up and down. I'm just going to kind of clear things off here a little bit to try to force them into this and get this wire unwrapped and see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one probably right about here. And what you can do, actually, is take your knife and cut notches into the sides for the wire to stick. That'll work. Bottom. That way, when the squirrel hangs itself, it's not going to go anywhere. What they don't give you in that kit is a good way to break the snare wire. So I'm just flexing it back and forth like you do with a paper clip and hope I can get it soft enough to break. Got it. That worked like a charm. Now, for the noose itself, business end, so to speak. The idea when you're setting these is you want the squirrel to kind of jump for freedom when it feels the thing slide around its neck. So it comes in and it tightens up. And it's not a great way to go, but as Les Stroud says, in matters of survival, all creatures are fair game. Okay, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, you can actually probably shrink the noose a little bit more. Nice thing about the wire, it's real easy to shape and do what you want to do with it. Alright, take the pin bar. And just kind of stick it with the wood there. Okay, one down, more to go. To show you guys. So there's the noose. It's securely tied there, and there's the bait. So the hope is that the squirrel comes up and takes it, and then I might put a little bit down here as well, so it can climb up, taste that, and say, that's quite tasty. Put another piece right there. So there and there. I'll put another little piece right there. So hopefully that works. Alrighty guys, so before we resort to leaving out lines at night for night fishing, because we do want dinner or fish tonight, making some fishing poles. Jesse's over there making a fly, which we'll take a look at in a second. And then I found this one, which I think would make a great rod. So I'm just trying to clean it up a bit. And it looks better on camera this way too. There we go. And then what we'll do is at the end of it, tie my hook, and that might just work. I've got probably 20 pounds of tension on that right now, and that's not going anywhere, so I like that. I think that'll work, but let's see how the progress on the fly is coming. Pick you guys up for a tour. Alright, what we got?
It's really crude. It's not quite done yet.
Okay, I'm going to zoom into it. Stick your palm up behind it. Okay, that works too. So you found some feathers, colored feathers. The only thing I don't like is that hook is huge, but hopefully this works. This is the one that came with the kit. We want to test out the kit and see how it does. But put your pinky nail next to it so you can see the size of the hook. So it is a fairly large hook, but it looks good to me. It might just work. Cool. Also, to show you guys, I turned my Subway lunch bag into a bait bag. Take a look in here and see what we got. We've got a plethora of worms and snails. And if we don't catch any fish, we can eat it ourselves. So it's a win-win situation. Either way, we will have food tonight. Alright, so check this out, guys. I was looking at my kit here, and it actually included we got the 2 hooks, and one of them is actually a decent size. That's perfect for the fish that are out here. It did come with a piece of prefabbed bait that's like a shrimp, and the thing actually glows in the dark, which is cool. So I'm kind of tempted to try it just to see what it does. And then if it doesn't work, I can always flip back over to the bait bag of snails and worms, because we know that those are going to be legit. We can also look under rocks, and little insects and critter things will like make a cocoon out of stone, and you can pull them out of there and use those, and those are trout killers. And that's a tip from my dad, so thanks, Dad, for that one. So let's see what we can do here for fishing pole. I think what I shall do, I've got a swivel, got the hook. I'm tempted to actually use the swivel snap a bit because it's going to add some weight so I can actually cast this thing. And maybe one of the sinkers as well. So let's see what we can do with this here. Probably need to put a loop in the end of this. Alright, my fishing setup is complete. I've got the 30 feet of line wrapped around the end of my rod. And then I use the swivel to then connect my hook. I've got a sinker on there, so it's going to go down. And actually I attached my float to where the sinker is. That was probably not a smart move. I need to move my float up, I think, a little bit. But that's alright, live and learn here. And I actually ended up using the small surgical blade that came with the kit, and it worked out really well. I was able to get into some fine details when I was trying to cut through the tape that was binding the fishing line together. So that worked out really nice. I'm actually quite happy with that and very surprised. But yeah, so let me move this float up.
And I think we shall go try to catch something. Catch some dinner. It'll be good. So you had an amazing idea just as we're leaving camp to go fish. What was it? Need to know when to come back out of the water to get to camp. So we're gonna fish. You've got your homemade fly. Very cool. And we think we're gonna have to get a little bit wet here. We're barefoot. So we're rolling up the pants a little bit here. Woo! Doesn't feel so warm anymore. Dad, you'd be so proud of me. I'm notorious for not wanting to get wet. Where are they? Good, you got one. He bite you? Yeah, I've got one right in here. Two. Oh, wait, maybe just the one. Woohoo! You get him?
Alright, there's two up here somewhere.
We got dinner! We're gonna need to use your Ziploc to transport these guys. Woo! I'm gonna eat you, boy.
There was 3 more on when I came up to it.
Wow. Yeah, I saw the snake and I didn't see the crawdads at first, and I'm like, oh man, look at that. Got some decent sized ones here too. They're not happy. I'm gonna keep these guys over here. Alright,
So, how do
we need to get them into a Ziploc. You said you have one? I mean, I guess I could just dump them in my pocket here too. Here, they don't run fast on the ground, right? So put one down, and I'll grab that one, and then you hold on to the other one or something. Give me that. Or both. He's making his way to your foot here. Crawdad claws and lobster and tails. This is gonna be good. Not very big, but I think so. I think this is gonna be more effective than fishing at this point. I still want to try to catch fish, of course, but check it out, viewers at home. We got dinner. Dropping in 2. They don't like that very much. Good find. Fishing was a bust. It's really not the kind of river for it, is it? Not for what we have to work with right now. But we've got 5 crawdads so far. So what's our plan?
Just gonna dedicate ourselves to crawdad hunting.
Crawdad hunting. So we're gonna go now get crawdads, more crawdads. We're gonna make some crawdad fishing tackle using the paracord, some sinkers and worms. And it's a little trick I used to do as a kid. Hopefully it still works, although we used bacon. Hopefully the crawdads like worms as much as they like bacon. Guess we'll find out. Alright, crawdad bait. Tied the worms, the big glob of worms, to the inner strand of the paracord. And I was going to think about using the sinkers, but they wouldn't fit through here, so Jesse's like, hey, what if we use rocks to weight stuff down? I'm like, excellent. So we're going to weight these things down with the rocks out there, and then basically just come check them every 5 to 10 minutes, because the crawdads will be on that pretty quickly, I hope. So I guess we'll find out how this goes.
Alright, so right now I'm digging our fire pit to go in between the beds. It's about 1 foot down there. And then over here we're going to make a little cooking station with all these rocks. And somehow try to form a bowl out of the tin foil so we can boil our crawdads.
Alright, so check this out, guys. We are unfolding the foil. And Jesse's dug a nice little pit here that we're going to line it with this to create a pot of sorts to boil the crawdads. And so we'll hope that it all works out alright. So yeah, let's try to line this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those rocks, get them in the fire, and throw them into here to boil the stuff. It should work out rather nicely.
I'm just trying to shape this up. Giving this a nice pot thing of sorts. And then for support, take some of the stones. Do that. We don't want it to crush it. And we don't want to rip it either. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have a bowl for the crawdads, so that'll be good. Alright guys, we've reached critical mass. It's time to light the fire. Replace the boiling stones with stones from the railroad tracks, which are about 50 yards that way. And I think we got a good plan going here. So we have our special guest taking care of fire duties tonight. What's your usual preference and what are you stuck having to deal with?
My usual preference is cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. Today we're going to try out this little tinder bottle. It looks like maybe moss.
And that's what came with the grenade, right?
Yep.
Alright. Hopefully it's got enough kick to it. And you're going to use the blade and the ferro rod that came with it too, right?
Yep.
Very cool. And we're not stupid. If it just doesn't work, we're going to tell you that it doesn't work, and we're going to do things our way, minus the cotton balls and Vaseline, because we actually don't have any of those tonight. But we'll use the back of our knife and that kind of a thing, so we have other means. And if this little setup doesn't work, we've got a bigger tinder bundle over there. We've got tinder fungus, all sorts of fun stuff. And if we do get the fire going here soon, let me play with the tinder fungus anyway, just so I can learn how to do that, because I think that'd be good to know how to do.
I think I've almost got enough.
Okay. Getting kindling, that's always good. I love that starting fire is almost like a science. You know, you get the right elements and it just works.
Yeah.
Question is, does the survival grenade thing have the right elements? Yeah, our foil was a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's nice we get the sunset, but it's going to be cold tomorrow morning.
I wonder if I should have some of that on standby, because this is just not a lot of material.
I would. I think that's just meant to kind of get you started to take the spark, and then you're meant to build on it.
Yeah. Mind if I grab some of that?
Go for it. That's what it's there for.
That feels pretty dry.
You should, just for fun, try to light that one first.
This one?
No, the small
just
one.
Alone?
Yeah, just try to do it alone, and then toss it in here. No, well, not probably toss, but hold the other stuff on top and let that catch.
Okay.
This way we can at least see if this thing does any good or not.
Let's see if this little blade has enough.
Yep, paper came with it, so it's legal.
That does not feel... Gotta get this outer layer off
Yep.
first. Without cutting myself.
You're gonna bloody your knuckles.
I don't think that thing's gonna cut it.
What if you use the sharp side?
Aha.
So the one blade they give you, you have to use the sharp edge in order to get any sparks off this thing. Yeah! Alright, that worked. Now let's see if you can keep it going and not kill it. Good job.
So you can see with the tinder they gave us in the grenade, you really needed other tinder, like the grass, or you guys could use duct tape. If you've got some duct tape with you, rolled up into a candle like I've shown. Something to keep the flame going. It's good. Fire! Alright, you passed the test. Alright, about time to eat. Boy, do we need it.
Yes.
So, as you guys can see, the fire has gone down to ashes. And so we're going to take the hot rocks from here, stick them in there, and then fry them on here afterwards.
Should I get them out with the tongs? Or should I just...
I'll just drop them in.
Okay.
You guys are going to like this. Alright.
Not bad.
All the snails out too?
Nope, it's still crawdad and snail.
Look at them all.
Oh jeez. I hate how they flick.
Yeah. Into the drink. Freshest water you guys will ever have. Your last breath.
Alright. Time for some jambalaya.
Alright, grab the tongs. Start grabbing some of the rocks. So they don't work there. Might have to do more of a chopstick thing or something. Yeah, maybe it was a bad idea. Probably just grab a few sticks.
Got it. Okay, some charcoal in there,
Well, I don't think they like that very much. Swim away, swim away. Ooh. It's working, that's good.
Got these big ones.
Sorry. Tongs were my fault. I made the tongs. Epic fail. Got sticks over there. Mother said never play with your food, but it's just so much fun. You guys are famous! Oh. There we go. Oops.
They're definitely not happy.
No, they are not.
Is it boiling or is that them just
That's them clawing at it. We may have to force them to stay in there at some point too. Because I can see them trying to maybe climb up on top of the rocks to get out.
Ooh, there we go. Set it to the rocks.
Oh, there's another one. Another two. This actually worked pretty well. I've only ever seen this done. I thought, oh, let's actually try it.
Tricky.
It's right if it touches him too. We'll kill him faster. He's not moving around as much anymore. Oh, the part where they scream. My mom loves that part. Is that it?
So,
Bummer. So for the viewers at home, now we take the crawdads that have been partially boiled and we fry them on a rock.
is that just one? hibachi.
I hope it was all hot enough. I'm gonna have to build another fire around it here. These almost smell like fish. This is one of the snails. I've never had snail before. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's so gross looking. I don't know what part to eat. You just eat the whole thing?
I have no idea.
Alright.
It looks like guts, maybe?
It does look like guts.
Probably that.
This? This is what I eat. This is the meat of it, I guess. Alright, guys. I can't believe I'm doing this. Get the water in here now. I don't want, I'll be a man, I'll do it.
Oh. How is it?
Chewy. I kind of swallowed it before I could taste it. But I ate snail for the first time. Yeah!
Nice.
Now it's Jesse's turn.
Oh, great.
Actually, it's kind of fishy tasting. It's not terrible. It's the texture is the worst part.
This one looks tasty.
Mm-hmm.
You just crush it?
Yeah. Show this to your family and girlfriend after.
Oh, that looks gross. Alright. Down she goes.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. It's the texture. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah, it doesn't really taste like anything.
No. Slight fishy taste, I thought, but maybe it's just the water.
A little gritty.
So there we go, eating snails on Surviving the Wild. I wonder how those guys are doing. Oh, maybe that's what I was smelling.
Oh, wow. It does smell good.
It actually kind of does. Well, we're not recooking them now. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Woohoo!
Awesome.
Yeah, and this guy's like so blackened over, like, yeah, these guys are good, I think. Whoops, don't lose them. Alright, you get to do the honors this time around if you want.
Of eating one first?
Yeah.
Alright.
So if you die, I won't.
I don't know if it'll be that quick. I don't even know what to eat.
So eat the
Or the
tail and eat the
water.
claw. Yeah, or the water. Okay, so while he's messing with that,
Looks really
we've been just drinking river water all day today. And might be a smart move, might be a dumb move, I don't know. I'm gonna eat some charcoal here in a bit, just in case there's any bad thing in my system. But the way I figure it is, you know, you swim in lakes all the time, you get water in your mouth anyway. So I'm gonna take my chances with, trying the water and stuff. That's it from the
So
tail?
That's the main chunk of the meat from the biggest crawdad we got.
Oh, dude. That's like smaller than the snail.
Really good though.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You can try to get in the claws too?
Oh, that's what.
I told you.
That's even more meat.
It's like eating little lobsters. Yes, I'm vegetarian, but when you're in the great outdoors, sometimes you can't be too picky. Especially in a survival situation.
We should collect these for bait. Collect all this.
Oh, that's what I do. That was pretty good. Right now anything tastes good, but
There's actually quite a bit of meat in here, but it looks pretty nasty.
ew.
It's like
Yeah, you don't want to eat this.
discolored.
That stuff. Oops. And we collected most of these, just found a dead snake in the water that seems to attract them. We tied it to a rope and stuck it in the river in front of our camp. Reach down, pick them up. I'm getting full. Actually, that's not bad.
No. Don't like the texture of that. It's kind of like fingernails or something.
It's just so bad we can't eat the whole thing. So much of these has to go to waste. I really hope we don't get sick. I'm gonna get a message from him in a few days. I had to go to the hospital.
I hope not.
I hope not either. Ugh. This is why I typically will not eat this stuff. This is like garbage. Oh, but no, in some parts of the world it's a delicacy. Not bad though. It's just, you gotta be careful. I'm El Director, this is El Director Vision, and tonight, because it is evening as you can see, we have a really cool review of the Through Night Archer 2A V3. Now this was sent to me from the kind folks at Through Night, asking me if I'd review it on the channel. We're actually out here now, I'm here with a friend. We're shooting an episode of Surviving the Wild, and I'm like, hey, this will be great, we'll actually do it on the show. So we're out here shooting Surviving the Wild and still doing product reviews. Awesome. So I've had the flashlight for over a month now, and I really just wanted to put it through its paces and use it as an everyday carry light and that kind of stuff. And I'm sure this is a bit blurry right now, so I do apologize for that because we're shooting through the smoke and it's dark, so the camera can't focus. So I'll put some close-ups that I shoot of this tomorrow morning so you guys can see what this actually looks like. But this is seriously, hands down, the best flashlight I've ever used. And they're not paying me to say that. I get to keep the flashlight, which is cool, but it seriously is the best light I've ever used. It has a few different modes on it. So this little mode, this is called mosquito mode, and it just barely lights you up. This is great for reading your map at night, maybe a book. You're not going to ruin your night vision provided you don't shine it in your eyes. And so it does okay. Next up is low mode, which is this. And that's alright, that's not too bad. Gives definitely a lot more light to the subject. Then you've got your medium, actually that might be my super bright. Nope, that's the super bright. So this is medium mode at this point, lighting up both of us here. And then, boom, super bright mode. This is almost like daylight at this point. I should be just lit up like a Christmas tree right now. And this sucker will go and go. So actually, Jesse, I'm going to give you the camera here.
Okay.
And we're going to try this out looking, oh, watch out for fire. Checking out this way. I mean, look at this. Does that look good? Can you see it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is lit up. And it just goes. Now, it doesn't have an adjustable beam on it or anything, so the spread is fixed, but I like it. This is I mean, I've always used a little headlamp before, and you cannot see nearly this well like we can right now. I mean, it's almost like that. You could probably hunt with this kind of a thing. And, yeah, it's sweet. The thing is waterproof up to 6 feet, which is super awesome. Let me dim this down and put some in here. Waterproof up to 6 feet, which is great, and super durable. The one complaint I had about the light initially was, maybe I can bounce some light back onto this here. Can you see the clip at all on it? Does that light up right now?
Yep.
Okay. This clip, the way it's positioned to be in your pocket, it leaves half the flashlight sticking out of the top. And so I was like, man, I'm going to lose it. It's just going to fall out, you know, that kind of thing. It felt unbalanced. But I've not lost the flashlight once. It stays in my pocket till I'm ready to use it. And it actually gives you something to grab. And I got to thinking about it. I figured out the reason why the clip is in the middle is because if it was all the way down here at the end, sometimes your pockets aren't deep enough to contain it at that point. So it actually, from a design standpoint, is really cool. So the one complaint I had ends up not being a complaint anymore, which is super sweet. It also, it's a trigger button on the back, and you can flash it. So if you want to do an SOS or like a strobe effect, like woo kind of thing, so you can play with that kind of stuff, or you click it in all the way, and it locks into place. So, like I said, I am El Director. This has been El Director Vision, and this is the review of the Through Night Archer 2A V3. There you go. Wow, it actually focuses too. Comfy?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be warm, you think?
I think so.
And you don't even have a sweatshirt on yet, so
No.
pretty sweet. So the reason I brought the light was for this stuff. Yeah.
Alright guys, day 2, about 6 o'clock in the morning. We didn't sleep great last night, but you never really do in these kind of situations. But we did sleep warm, I think we would agree. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. He says yeah. And we're gonna make our way out of here now, hopefully. We need to follow the train tracks, and hopefully that will lead us to a highway. That would be the plan, at least. They say, hey, follow the tracks to civilization, follow the tracks to civilization. So that's what we're gonna try to do. So here we go. Along the tracks. I hope we're going the right direction. We were gonna try to make a compass, and then realized at the end we didn't have anything to float it in. Except maybe the lid from your bottle, that could maybe work, but...
Oh, yeah.
So, fortunately, pretty sure this is the way to go. Woo! What's up, guys? Good morning. We're still hiking out, but we have an awesome score. We got cattails here. This is awesome because I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
Pretty hungry.
We didn't eat much. 8 crayfish divided between 2 people and a few snails just doesn't cut it. So, what we're gonna do, don't pull it out.
Oh, just pull it out?
Yeah, pull it. And then peel off a few layers.
Oh, that is so slimy.
I told you. Basically, you want to get to pure white down here. And then chop off the root. I can get my knife out. This is how you guys eat cattail. And this is good to eat raw. A little bit woody though. Mine's woody. I don't know about yours. I think mine's too old. Can't eat it, it's too old. Try one of these younger ones.
Oh, this one's not bad.
Yeah? What do you think of the taste?
It's kind of cucumbery.
Okay. Everyone. Yeah, between cucumber and celery. Cucumbery. They taste cucumbery with the texture of celery.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, yeah. we got something we like. And when they're old and hard like this, make arrow shafts out of them. Actually, I made one once and took a turkey with it, and it's now hanging up on my wall. The arrow, not the turkey. So, yeah, survival food. I love it.
I got one if you...
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Well, we've been hiking now for an hour exactly. I thought it would take us a little bit quicker, but it's difficult walking on the railroad tracks. And I heard just a second ago, I heard a car. And we look, and there's the highway of salvation. Oh! We made it out. It's been a crazy trip. And we were talking earlier, what's your favorite thing or event or part of the experience?
I really liked the hike in, and setting up camp was pretty cool too.
Cool.
Eating snails was hardcore.
Yeah. So that's like real survival stuff right there, huh? Yeah, for me, the fires, I love the fires. Sleeping last night was rough, a little. It wasn't bad, but had better. Very comfortable though, so that was good. And yeah, so we've made it out of the wilderness after getting ourselves stuck. And it's been a good trip. It's been great getting to hang out with this guy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Of course. We'll have to do a follow-up some other point in time.
Awesome.
And maybe do a few other backpack trips in between first before we do something like this again.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm L Director, this is Jesse. You've been watching L Director Vision. This is Surviving the Wild. We'll see you guys next time. Woo!